Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell notification so that you can be notified whenever I post a new video. And if you are one of my OG subscribers, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm actually going to show you guys how to sublimate on a 100% cotton shirt. You know that you're not really able to do that, but there's certain ways that you can do and get around it, right? But you can't actually sublimate on the shirt itself because it won't work. So one of the ways that I'm going to be showing you how to do it is using glitter heat transfer vinyl. I'll probably do another video showing you guys the other way, but this is going to be for today's video. So you will need glitter heat transfer vinyl, 100% cotton shirt. Of course, you're going to need your butcher paper. You're going to need a ruler so you can be able to size up the design and measure it to the center. And you're going to need heat resistant tape. Of course, you're also going to need your Cricut mat to be able to cut your glitter vinyl. And I'm going to show you guys what design I'm going to be using, and then I'll come back to finish the rest. Okay, so once you're in the app, you want to go ahead and you can choose any design you want. I got this off of the app itself, so I just went down and scrolled down to the one I wanted, and then I chose the pumpkin one because it is going to be fall time soon. But they have all different ones, and you can actually search different ones if you want. But I'm actually just going to choose, for this video purpose, just this pumpkin one right here, pumpkin season. So what you want to go ahead and do is, after you size up your image, you can go ahead and click on edit. And you're going to go ahead and click on offset. So what that's going to do is it's going to create a background for your design, so that when we use the glitter heat transfer vinyl, that's going to be the background. Okay, so I already have it to the distance that I want it to be, but you can always play around with it. You can put it big, you know, you can just like leave it small to match the actual image, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it a little bigger than the image. I'm going to click on done. And you don't have to change the color because whatever color you have in vinyl is what is going to be cut. But if you want to see how it will look with the actual color glitter vinyl that you have, you can. But I'm just going to leave it like that in gray. And before you go ahead and click on make it, you want to make sure you flatten your image, because if you don't flatten it, what's going to happen is it's going to tell the machine that you want to cut it regular. So it's going to cut it like regular vinyl. So you don't want that to happen, because right now we're going to be using the sublimation printer to print out the image. So you want to go ahead and make sure that you go to where it says actions, and you always want to click on flatten. So I already did that part, and I'm going to go ahead and click on make it. And it already has it there. Remember, you always want to mirror your image. And I'm going to cut the bleed off. And then for this one, you can leave it like that, because what we're going to do is when it cuts out, we're going to... Oh, I went back. Sorry. This image is going to print out like this. But you already know that after you cut it out, you're going to lay it the way you're supposed to lay it onto your shirt. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on mirror again. Bleed off. And then I'm going to go ahead and send it to my printer. And I'm going to show you guys how to do the rest. Okay, so we are going to first cut out the offset using the glitter transfer vinyl. You always want to make sure that the shiny side, which is the glitter side, is facing down and the dull side is facing up. You don't want to do it this way because you're going to mess up on your supply and it's going to be no good. So you always want to make sure that you lay it down like this. And I'm actually going to use tape to secure the vinyl onto the mat, because I have not purchased new mats. I actually have to do that. This one is not that sticky, so it's not going to stay in place on this material. So I'm going to go ahead and place some tape on it and then show you guys what setting to put the Cricut machine on. Okay, so just like with any heat transfer vinyl or sublimation images or anything like that, you want to make sure that it's mirrored on. So after it's mirrored on, you're going to go ahead and click on next. And then you want to make sure that you set your dial on your machine to custom so that it gives you more options. And you're going to go ahead and click on where it says glitter iron on. And it's also going to tell you to make sure that the shiny side is facing down anyway on here. So it's always going to direct you to do that before you start. Okay, so once that's set, you want to make sure that you press the flashing button. And then you want to press on the cutting button. So now we're going to let the machine do its thing. And I already have this preset for the shirt because we're going to be ironing the glitter on first. So once the machine cut the offset image, we're just going to go ahead and weed out around it. And then we're going to go ahead and just weed out the inside parts as well. And before we start, we are going to use the lint roller. That's another thing you want to make sure you have on hand to make sure you remove anything that's on the shirt. And then we're going to just go ahead and preheat the shirt for a few seconds. Then you want to make sure you center the image on the glitter vinyl before you put the actual sublimation paper on top. As you can see here, I absolutely forgot. I'm supposed to leave these on. I'm so used to weeding out all the excess amount of vinyl that I don't need. So I went ahead and put that back as close as I can. But once we heat it, it's going to be able to sit on the shirt. And, you know, it might look a little weird, but once I put the image on top of it, you're barely going to even notice it. So we're just going to center this. Once I like where it's at, I'm going to go ahead and press it for 320 degrees for 15 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and remove the carrier. So now you want to place the sublimation image right on top. And I cut around the word as much as possible so that I can be able to see where I'm placing it. And again, don't forget this step. You always want to make sure you use the heat resistant tape so that your image can stay in place. So while the heat press is reheating, I put it for 365 degrees for 60 seconds. So it's just reheating and it's almost done. It's almost at 365. I'm going to go ahead and place my butcher paper on top. And then I'm also going to place cardstock in between the shirt. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and press it for 60 seconds. Okay, so I'm gonna let that cool off for just a few seconds because it is hot. I'm gonna use my weeding tool just to rip off the tape. And so there you have it, guys. I showed you how to use glitter heat transfer vinyl to sublimate on a 100% cotton shirt. And this came out absolutely beautiful, minus the fact that I accidentally weeded out these parts. But you can still see around it, but it's okay. It still came out amazing. It's shimmery. I love it. And there's other ways, like I said, that you can be able to sublimate on a 100% cotton shirt. But remember, the best results is using polyester shirts. And if you're using a blend, it has to be more on the polyester side. So stay tuned for my next videos. If you are new, like I said, don't forget to subscribe, click that bell notification. Everybody else, don't forget to like and comment. And if you have any questions on anything, drop them down below and I'll be able to answer them. So stay tuned for my next videos, guys.